Welcome to the Deep Dive. We sift through the sources, the articles, the noise, to bring you the core insights. Today, we're diving into someone pretty well known in certain online circles, Rajab Butt. He's a Pakistani digital creator, actor, model too, I believe, famous for his family vlogs. Rajab's family, very popular, millions of subscribers, built this charming family guy image. But like many online figures, his career has also been hit by some pretty significant controversies, and that's what we're unpacking.
Exactly. Our mission for you today is really to look closely at his public actions, collaborations, those legal issues he's faced. We want to pull out the key insights, about online influence, responsibility, and what public accountability even means now in the digital age.
Yeah.
And just to be clear, everything we're discussing is based purely on the articles, the research, and the notes that were provided.
Right. Okay, so let's dive in. First up, the Join Elite Group course scandal. This was back in early 2025. Rajab and some other YouTubers, Ducky Bai, Nadeem Naniwala, they were accused of planning this. Well, what critics called a fraudulent e-commerce course. It was another YouTuber, Tala Reviews, who brought it to light, the main charge, that it was sort of a deceptive plan targeting young fans.
Yeah, and what's really interesting here is how quickly that public trust can just evaporate, especially when there's a perception of exploitation.
Yeah.
With a young audience,
yeah,
it hits different.
Definitely. That trust factor is huge.
It really raises questions about, the power imbalance, doesn't it? When influencers sell directly to their audience, especially an aspirational one, it's a pattern we've seen elsewhere too.
It does blur those lines between creator and salesperson. And that damaged trust, it kind of bled into the next big story. So moving from business ethics, things got personal. His wedding, late 2024, very extravagant. It sparked a lot of criticism, particularly, given Pakistan's economic situation at the time. But the controversy really exploded when he was reportedly gifted a lion cub.
A lion cub, yes.
Right. So early 2025, he gets arrested, illegal possession of a wild animal, plus public display of weapons. He got out on bail later, but the deal involved him posting animal welfare videos for a year.
Mm-hmm. And beyond the obvious legal side, the exotic animal ethics. This really speaks to the pressure of maintaining that online image, this lavish lifestyle versus the economic reality for many. It's a clash that can sour public opinion fast.
Yeah, the optics were definitely not great there, but the legal troubles, they got much, much more serious after that. In March 2025, he launched a perfume called 295.
Right.
And that number, 295, it's a direct reference to Section 295 of the Pakistan Penal Code, which deals with blasphemy.
A very sensitive law.
Extremely. So this caused a huge religious backlash. An FIR that's like the start of a police case was filed against him, blasphemy and cybercrime laws. Now, while he was performing Umrah, the pilgrimage, he issued a public apology, said he was stopping the perfume, and asked authorities to drop the charges. We're just laying out the events here based on the sources.
And this one really highlights that volatile mix, public expression, religious sensitivity, the legal system. Especially in context with active blasphemy laws. It shows how a single choice, like a product name, can just trigger massive consequences. Really immense.
Absolutely. And then finally, there was a more recent controversy. This involved explicit videos. Now, the sources are clear. The videos allegedly featured people in his close social circle, not Rajab Butt himself. But it still ignited this whole debate. Privacy, digital security, the responsibility of public figures and the people around them. Some skepticism online, too, about the phones were hacked narrative.
Yeah, and that incident forces us to think about sort of the ripple effect, how the actions or alleged actions of associates can splash back onto a public figure. It really blurs the lines of accountability, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Personal versus public in this super connected world.
Okay, let's try and wrap this up then. So, what does this all mean when you put it together? Rajab Butt's story is one of a digital creator whose public image is constantly being reshaped by controversies ranging from, business ethics to displays of wealth, serious legal issues, even the conduct of his social circle.
Right. And what's really crucial here, I think, is seeing how the digital world just amplifies everything. The scrutiny is intense. It makes us question not just what these public figures do, but the bigger picture too. Things like privacy, responsibility, the whole nature of influence online. So the question we leave you with is this. What stands out to you about the responsibilities that come with having a huge online following, and how far should those responsibilities really extend?